You want to know the best way to roll your glutes? There's a ton of different ways to do it effectively. I'm going to give you like 3 or 4 techniques that all flow from one to the other. So we're going to do the left side. Start by straddling your roller, hands behind you, feet in front of you, and then just start to sway your hips off to one side generously, and then off to the other side, taking the roller from the center of your glutes out to the side. Let's focus on the left side. Bring the right hand around, grab onto your left knee, and start to bring the roller from the center line out to the left thigh, and then back again. You're getting the lay of the land. Okay, and as you come further upright, you'll be working more into the obturator muscles, the deep rotator muscles at the base of your glute. If you come back onto your elbow or lean back a little bit more, you'll be coming more into the hip crest, into the top of the glutes, where the low back meets it. So you can choose your angles. You're thinking about steamrolling from the center out to the side as if you're pushing air bubbles out of a bag. And then feel free to find something here. Settle into it. Stay. Here's a couple of moves to get you deeper. Let the roller pin down the skin, and you shift yourself forward and back on top of the pin. You'll feel like the roller is grabbing on to your tissues, and you're moving your whole structure around on top of that grab. A little cross fiber friction. You can also hook your foot on top of the roller, glide through, or find stillness and breathe. That's technique number 1. It's the vertical glute roll. The second one is more classic. Sit on your roller, both hands behind you, both feet in front of you. Always start that way in the glutes. And then glide all the way up to the sacrum. That's that triangular shaped bone at the bottom of your spine, all the way back down to your hamstring attachments, getting the lay of the land. Just seeing what you can feel. Now, keeping with the left side, lean into your left hand. Take your right arm and cross it over onto your left knee. Do the same thing, just forward and back, but now you're leaning a little bit and your weight's going to naturally shift into your left glutes. So if you squeeze your knee into your center line, you will glide more through the inside line of your glutes. This is a much forgotten space that we all hold a lot of tension in without realizing it. So explore it, see what it feels like for you. If you let your knee come neutral or open, you're going to glide more into the belly of the glutes, more down into the middle line. When you find a spot, feel free to stay. Minimize your rocking movement. Just take a moment to breathe and then exhale. Allow your pelvis to get really heavy. Drop into this heavier than you think you could. You thought you could, my mother would say. When you're ready, come a little bit more into the side of the hip. Come down onto your left forearm. Let your knees soften a little further to the left and start to glide all the way up to the hip crest bone, almost to the low back, but not quite, and all the way back down through and over the ball and socket joint, the bottom outer corner of your glute. You'll feel this. There's a bony landmark here that protrudes out at this sort of like femur bone pelvic connection. If you already have some known inflammation around this joint or some dysfunction around this joint, maybe some bursitis or something like that that you know about, then stay away from the joint itself and just work the muscles around it. But if you just have stiffness and sensation here, explore it. Go right up next to the joint. Rock from side to side. Try to avoid lumping over something that's tense. Pin it down instead and just breathe. You are more than welcome to lengthen the leg, cross it over, or keep it neutral. Try to identify which position feels most productive. Getting a little deeper into this glute medius, into the side of the hip, and glide the roller up almost to the top of the hip crest bone. You'll know that you lump over that bone, like you'll come into your low back. You can feel the bone where it is. You're going to come right below it, straighten the left leg, and then rock onto your side. Grab the floor with your right hand and just rock into the front of the hip crease, back into the back. At this point, your neck might be needing a little extra support. You have a free hand. Take it across your shoulder and rest your ear or your chin to create a pillow for yourself. Anytime you feel something productive, sensational, stay with it, minimize your movement, find some stillness, and take a breath. Every time you exhale, you absorb the pressure a little bit more. To come out of it, step that left foot on the ground, come up onto your left hand, switch, and cruise through the center. See if you can feel a difference from one side to the other. It always feels good to roll the glutes. I hope you enjoyed that.